just because we attack the free market, they assume we must be this or that. Anyway, there was a time when Austrian economics could function, but the notion that it would create a utopia of wealth for everyone was always questionable. And then the more advanced technology becomes coupled with more greedy corporations become, in its application, the more this gap will be created. Austrian economists, once again, this is not how I normally do my radio show, the road to serfdom, they often quote the road to serfdom, but fail to see that although socialism can create new serfs, capitalism is headed down that road as well. The workforce is going to be so desperate to make itself useful that they will have to accept lower and lower standards of living to compete with machines, and eventually the mass majority will be completely obsolete altogether. The solution that would be offered that people who cannot find work should just open businesses of their own falls flat on its face when you consider that the whole reason many people are not employed in the first place is because nobody is buying products because nobody is employed. In conditions such as these, quote, in parentheses, if you can find the capital to start your own business in the first place, how can a small businessman hope to survive? They can't. Ask the vanishing, mostly self-employed middle class about this. That's actually in response to a friend of mine who said, well, why don't you start your own business? That's what Austrian economics says. I point out that that's really not practical at all. Okay. Austrian economics often quote the. Going back a little bit. The solution that would be offered to people who cannot find work. Oh, I already went through that too. Now, I know this post was long-winded, but it is a complicated issue. I have been in contact with the people whose YouTube video started all of this and will be pursuing a more formal debate. I have suggested to them, I have friends who helped me moderate debates between presidential candidates. And I'm going to ask him, he's not a supporter of the Venus Project, but he is a supporter of impartial argument. So I'm hoping that he will be willing to take up the cause of moderating this debate. But I don't really know. The more I've dealt with these people, I know that they've read my report, and I don't know what they're going to say about it. They make a lot of YouTube videos refuting Zeitgeist, and we'll be interested to see if they actually can put their money where their mouth is. Unfortunately, I didn't think I was going to get all this interest, so I only made my show today for 4 minutes. Let me pull up my Blog Talk Radio switchboard and see if anybody wants to call in. Dum-dum-dum. 347-945-7747. Otherwise, people who want to get in touch with me about the Venus Project, in my conversations with Jacques and Roxanne and the time that they came up to meet me here in Michigan, I became or was given the permission to call myself a spokesman for the Venus Project. Since then, I have spent a lot of time answering questions for people, and I know that Jacques and Roxanne and and Peter obviously can't be available all the time. I do happen to have a lot of free time on my hands because I am a stay-at-home father, and I've been told that I'm pretty good at this whole debating thing. So if you guys have any questions, my personal information is available. I use Skype as my phone, as in it has an actual phone number. I'm on it all the time. If you have Skype, VTV115 is my Skype information. Another example, actually, of technology rendering the monetary system irrelevant, because for the price that I used to pay for my phone once a month, I pay once a year now for unlimited calling on Skype. Media at, oh, okay. That'd be awesome, Peter. Once again, you caught me in kind of a goofy mood. I'm just kind of replying to some people on YouTube, but I'm generally a lot more serious on my show. To give you some background on who I am, I worked with Senator Mike Gravel in his campaign for president. I was a libertarian activist, and I have since moved on, converted out of that. So the asset that I brought to the table was that I have a lot of connections with various groups, political groups. And I know really well how to argue with free market economists because I used to be one. And I had to debate a lot on the floor of the convention for the Libertarian Party. And so that's what I offer, other than the gift of gab and the knowledge of how a lot of these internet networks work. I'd like to be involved in whatever fashion you can bring me, even if it's just a matter of, developing content, writing things out. I'm a really good blogger, things of that nature. I'd be more than happy to dedicate my time to that. So, yeah, go ahead. There will be, obviously, the archive. And this show is drawing to a close. If people still want to talk to me, I'm going to stick around, and I will be in the chat room for a little while longer.